Hello, everybody, and welcome to the live show. I am Andy Signore. I'm so happy to be here live on Popcorn Planet, as well as Fandom Wire over on Facebook. Go to Fandom Wire News on Facebook to get all your news. I've been scouring the web, doing all the breaking stories. I always post them there first. So if you really want to be on the know, go over to Fandom Wire on Facebook if you're not already. And if you're watching on Facebook, hey, this is Andy. I'm over on Popcorn Planet too, and I'm doing both sites here, making this building this community where we can all jive, have fun, talk movies, and I'm here every day at 2 p.m. live to talk to you guys, get you guys involved. And I see a lot of you already commenting. I'm going to get some of you guys involved. But today we're talking about Justice League, Ben Affleck, and I couldn't do without my good buddy Lewis.
What's up, Andy? Man, you had an off-the-hook stream last night. I'm hyped. I'm re-energized. Woo! Let's do this. Let's get the people involved. This is the way it's got to be done, man. The community here at Popcorn Planet is among the best. You and Jody are awesome, man. I'm so happy to be part of it.
Yeah, and I'm excited to bring Fandom Wire crew in. That's what we're doing. But yeah, Vitaly, thank you. See you again. I see you watching every day, every afternoon. Last night's Nerd Wars was an absolute blast. It sure was. If you guys don't tune in, Thursday nights, I found a new format of Nerd Wars that was just so fun. People were calling in, getting involved. We went 3 hours last night, and it was engagement throughout the whole thing. So thank you all who watched. Stay tuned. But here we are today. I'm excited. Let's keep this going. Let's keep the news going. Today we get a little bit more ingrained in the news story. And today's big story, well, there was a couple that have been dropping, but this was the one that was interesting to me this morning that I read, was this idea that Ben Affleck seems to be changing his story again. Right? I mean, and I thought
maybe he's a writer for Star Wars.
Maybe, right? Let's see what the news is. So Ben Affleck says Justice League was plagued with one problem after another. The actor explains why he got burned out with the Cape Crusader and walked away from the franchise. Ben Affleck had a wonderful time playing Bruce Wayne and Batman and Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, worst title ever, but not so much in his sequel, Justice League. Breaking down his career roles for GQ in a video posted Friday, Affleck explained why he essentially got burned out with the Cape Crusader. Justice League was unfortunately touched by some personal tragedy, a death in director Zack Snyder's family. And like I say, sometimes things sort of work and gel, and sometimes you don't. You seem to be having one problem after another. Circling back, Affleck said he really loved Batman v Superman, but after Justice League, he was done. I had my fill of that, he told GQ. They said, would you like to direct and star in a solo Batman movie? And I found that at some point I had lost my enthusiasm or passion for it. And I thought this should really be made by someone for whom it's their wildest dream come true. It was clear to me it was time to move on. And obviously they say Justice League didn't do well. It didn't. That's an understatement. But his quotes are interesting, Lewis, because, you know, and I had this fight with Jody. And I want you guys in the comments to get involved. I'll start sharing you. But it feels like he's like, I had a great script, but they said I couldn't do it because it would be too much. It felt like, is he actually blaming Justice League, or is he blaming his own personal problems? Because he had a bunch of them during this time, right? This is when his marriage was falling to rocks. He was having his alcoholism. And I'm not here to judge the man. I don't want that. That's not what this is about. But clearly the guy had been going through a lot, as he's now admitting in his press junkets. Are you buying this, Lewis?
Look, I don't know. I'm not the guy. Until you walk into in his shoes, you know what's really going on. My suggestion with everything, with these the movies that succeed with the comic book genre, in my opinion, and especially with DC, are when you get actors who have had 2 or 3 films and are not super famous. Christopher Reeves, we still talk about him. Christian Bale, at that point when he played Batman, he had a few things under his belt, but he wasn't mega superstar where he has all these things in his mind. You know what I mean? Jason Momoa, whatever you think of Aquaman, I'm not a big fan of that film, but hey, Momoa is happy to be there. It's a successful part of the franchise. Gal Gadot, she's doing fine. Hopefully Zachary Levi continues. So my thing is right here is that Ben Affleck is, he's been at it for a long time, man. I think we reach a burnout segment of your life where you've done everything already. And maybe like Batman, he wasn't really there, Andy. When people say he was the best Batman, I would have to disagree because I don't think we ever really got him as Batman to judge him. When I did the red carpet for Justice League, he looked like a nice guy, but he just walked the carpet. You could tell. What I read was he wasn't into it. And Gal Gadot, she was like waving at everyone, very happy. Ben just ran through there, and Momoa was happy to be there as well. And I think it's because those are guys and gals who are hungrier, like I am. Like we are hungry in this platform to become. But after 20 years, 30 years, how long has Ben Affleck been famous? All my life he's been famous. So it's time to give him a break. And I feel bad for the fans and Ben.
Yeah. All right. So fair, Lou. And to echo what Lewis just said, I remember seeing the Justice League Warner Brothers panel, which was insane at San Diego Comic-Con. Were you there for that one?
No, I did.
I did the whole full screen thing. We actually had access to it at that point, and I was there. And that was when they were unveiling Green Lantern Corps, like all the stuff that fell apart and didn't actually.
That never happened. Yes,
it was like an amazing thing they were putting together. And you're right, Affleck was so checked out. Like
really.
Godot, and what's his name was Flash, Ezra Miller. All of them were like so.
Ezra Miller,
and Ben Affleck was sort of sitting there like, "Hey, what's up?" Yeah, I mean, he did it. He was, he hated it, but you could just tell he wasn't as jazzed, or he was going through his own issues. But we've learned now he was going through a divorce and a lot of stuff that was happening in his personal life that I can see why that would have, took him down. But here's where I'm confused. Like, and I see a comment here. I'm just going to show, look, it's done. We got to look forward and hope something good comes out of it. Look, Sean, yes, you're right, but this is a movie channel. That's what we do here is we speculate especially when it's slow news day. We got to talk about, what happened, what break it down so we can learn. And here's what I think. I mean, part of it, because if we go back to his other quote, right? After showing a confidant his plans, the actor was told, "I think the script is good. I also think you'll drink yourself to death if you go through what you just went through again." So look, it's a combination to me, right? I think there was personal problems. He's admitting it with the drinking and everything in his life. But this isn't just alluding to his person. This is alluding to that troubling shoot was a pain in the butt. Like I think he's being a little safe. I don't think it's just, the tragedy, which I'm sure affected the movie. But then we got to remember, Joss Whedon came in and took the movie over, and then the studio wouldn't follow what Zach wanted, and then who knows really what Whedon was trying to do. They were just told to make it funnier, make it like Marvel. And then I'm sure with those reshoots and everything else in the studio and it just must have been a train wreck of an experience to be a part of. As he said, I had my fill. He said, so he lost his enthusiasm. I understand why Justice League would have made him upset, but why would he have lost his enthusiasm for the script he was going to write and direct and claim to be such a big fan of? I don't know. Part of me thinks this is saving face a little bit, and he's just throwing shade at the movie, which is an easy way out. Look, I think there's rumors that he was fired and all these stuff. I don't know. That's what I'm trying to get to speculation. If we can find any sort of insight here of because we're not going to know. Warner Brothers is going to admit it.
I think the best
is what I'm trying to get at. Did they push him out and he's trying to save face and I left because the script and the movie wasn't bad? It's sort of an FU to Warner Brothers, right? But do you think there was any of that potentially that we're just not seeing?
Well, isn't the new film it's part of Warner Brothers? So why would, if they're upset with them, they wouldn't produce his film or distribute it or whatever. So I would throw that out the window. But you see that quote, the quote where he says that his friend says that you're going to kill yourself or drink yourself to death if you continue with it. I think if that indeed really did happen, which there's no reason not to, that's probably the best perspective of it. Your friends, your good friends, see things that you don't see within yourself. So this is alluding to what I said earlier, in my opinion, is that Ben Affleck is burned out a little bit. He needs to take a year off, reassess. And I think maybe the Batman, when they were doing the Batman or whatever they were doing with Justice League, that was that was just, the top, the worst of the worst time for him, and a lot of confusion, a lot of being burnt out. He's been around forever, like I said. So I think that quote
to echo here. No, sorry, I was going to say this one from Sean. If I just got a divorce from Jennifer Gardner, I'd be really depressed too. But he's like sort of saying it as a joke, but it's true. You got to remember, like, that's a legit thing you're going through. Kids are involved. Like, I get why he would have been mentally drained. I understand why he probably was. That was a hard process, but I do believe, judging by what he's saying, like there was clearly he's admitting one problem after another is what the quote here says. Beyond that doesn't imply just one tragedy, right, Lewis? I mean, it was plagued with one problem after another. He's admitting this was a failure and it was plagued with problems. So he's throwing shade at Warner Brothers and the movie and the process a little bit. He is. It's tough to know if this was really why. I don't understand why this, as he says here in this last thing, I had my fill of it. They said, would you direct it? I thought he signed up for it. And I just lost my enthusiasm for it and passion. So look, I guess because I'm just trying to understand a take, I guess my take take it as you will, because we don't really know. We're speculating. We're like the news. But I suspect all that personal stuff he went through is what made him lose his enthusiasm. He just couldn't get into this movie that he probably was stoked for, wrote a good script for, but he realized, I can't work with the studio. They already messed up the last two. There's no guarantee they're not going to mess this one up. Plus, I'm going through all this stuff. It seems like that's probably, as we say this, it's probably that makes the most sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree, but I'm also like, he's been around forever. I don't think he gets really excited when he gets a movie gig, even if it is Batman. It's just, like I told you the story a long time ago about how when I was promoting conventions, and Billy D. Williams, no matter how much money you throw at him as a guarantee, he wouldn't attend unless his son was sitting next to him. So it's like that's what motivated him to do a convention. It wasn't about money anymore. It was spending time with his son. And we don't know what, mental state, there's a lot of stories, man. There's a lot. We probably won't know the exact truth unless we walk in their shoes,
But as Master Penguin says, that cameo in Suicide Squad, though, look, I would have liked seeing more of it, Batman. But I think Lewis is right. We didn't see enough of it. It was just sort of pieces of a Batman in movies that didn't know yet what was going on or what the world we were building. So the state of the DCU, it's still confusing to me. Don't get me wrong. There's some good DC movies that have come out now. But this idea of Flashpoint trying to reset them all is interesting. If that's really what they're going to do, that would be very awesome, I think. And that way it allows you to sort of put Robert Pattinson in and Gal Gadot, whoever you want. You could almost use Flashpoint as a way to reset the clock. What do you think, man? In your insight, do you think that's going to happen?
I don't, Andy, I don't know, but I do like Ezra Miller. I mean, I know a lot of people will go on there and probably dislike me for that, but I do like Ezra Miller because he's happy to be there. And that's something, unfortunately, when we got Ben Affleck, he doesn't give the impression that he is. He may be, but even in his performance, it felt like he had, when you see him as Batman and Justice League, it looks like he partied too hard last night and didn't get enough sleep. Not saying that he partied, but it just looks burned out. That burned out look, that burned out feeling, that burned out vibe I got. Ezra Miller, he doesn't look like a traditional Flash, but I really enjoyed his performance. I like the part where, when Superman, the eyeball thing where everything was stuck in time, and his look and his Pet Cemetery line. I liked them. He's happy to be there. He's happy to be the Flash. I'll take it.
Yeah. Well, what do you think is the next state? Do you think they're going to do this Flashpoint and reset their cast though? I
think something big in Wonder Woman. Definitely something big. All eyes on Wonder Woman. That's their biggest property right now.
I don't believe Patty Jenkins is going to play to that. I think she's got enough say now. They need her. They need that movie to do well. Yeah. I believe it's a standalone piece. They're going to
not Flashpoint. Maybe it's not a Flashpoint, but it's something big. I think this is they got to turn the corner or whatever they're going to do. What we see in Wonder Woman is going to be what the DCU is going to be moving forward, because they know this is going to be bigger than Aquaman. This is going to be $1 billion film.
It should be, right? It needs to be for them. Yeah. If it's not, that's going to be. Well, I mean, now with the Bud Light scenario happening, for those that know our keywords,
the overhyped Bud Light.
Yeah, we can't say the other thing because it messes up the whole video. But with Bud Light happening, who knows what's going to happen this summer with releases and everything. I mean, that should be further out, that it shouldn't affect it, but we shall see. But yeah, that's interesting. I don't buy. You're right. Wonder Woman has to do something to make that what's the future of Wonder Woman, right? The end of Wonder Woman needs to tease us with all right, are we going somewhere else? Where do we take this Wonder Woman? Because her future is all through the Batman stuff that we've already seen, which I don't know how you do that now. So you're right. There has to be something to sort of adapt the future. So, and I'm curious, as we move on, guys, do you think they're going to do, and there's Jody. Jody's sort of, there will be no Flashpoint and Wonder Woman 84 confirmed. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I'm not saying there is, but do you think there's going to be something in that sort of big surprise, as Lewis is implying, that at least tells us what the future of Wonder Woman is?
Or if there's a shared universe, we'll know. If Wonder Woman is just Wonder Woman, then that's what we're going to get in the future of DC. I think we're going to get a lot of just standalones where there's no hint of other superheroes in that universe. That's what I think is going to happen. Or we're going to know in all eyes on Wonder Woman. I'm really excited. This is probably the only DCU a film that I've watched a trailer over 20 times. I love that trailer. It's exciting. New Order, Blue Monday in the background. 100%
cast.
awesome.
I know Jody and others were making fun of Kristen Wiig. I think she could pull this off. I think it's nice to see her do something different. I like Pedro Pascal. Chris Pine. I thought Chris Pine was amazing. I suspect why he's back, and I think they're going to pull that off and give it a good reason. So I'm there. I saw Matt. Hey Matt, I see in the comments too. I don't think you guys know what happened with Warner Brothers and the DCU back in 2016. No, we did. And you said you were talking about what's his name, Kevin with Terry Tucci. Yes, I don't know how to say it, but there you go. There was a lot of drama when he came in and took over. I get it. Yeah, it was, dude, I'm not denying that Ben Affleck's losing interest. But I don't know. I think why did he lose interest in the Batman, which is supposed to be like his own standalone piece?
Grab some mid-level actors, give other people chances. The property sells itself, you know?
Sure. And Jody replied, only in the end credit scene at most. Well, that's what we're saying. But I'm trying to figure out what that could be. Like, what? Because we got to tease something for the future Wonder, because that's not the last Wonder Woman. She's got to do at least another one or a series. And so it'll be interesting to see how they sort of deal with that, because we're stuck in 84. What even year is the next one, or how do we process that? Are they just going to go to the 90s and then do a sort of a trilogy of time? We shall see.
Give me a second. I'm gonna
battery is low.
I'm gonna plug it. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay.
While he's getting, so there we have a lot of thoughts coming in as we figure out. I'm trying to get some of your thoughts in here too. Jody, they're asking you, come on, who called you? I mean, Jody confirmed this. That's not enough for you, Spectre? Come on. Jody's pretty good on his Wonder Woman. Have you seen Patty Jenkins in his videos? Come on, he knows his stuff. Yeah, and you guys, sorry, there's a lot of you coming in. So obviously, if any of you guys super chatted over on YouTube, I'll put it in there. But I'm getting stuck on seeing all these. One more from Jody here. I did. Grace is a lying fraud who I've exposed multiple times. My sources are irrefutable. Yes. Are you back? Oh, there we go. At the stream, there we go. Yeah, don't doubt the Jody, man.
I want a Jody. Jody needs a cameo in the Wonder Woman.
Amen. I would.
Jody, no matter what,
like 80s gear.
Jody Damas, he predicted Wonder Woman was going to kick butt when there were a lot of doubters. He's a big supporter of the entire project, and he's got a good following. And I think Warner Brothers needs to hook him up somehow. I don't know how, but he's got to be in the film. Yeah,
well, just for Jody, just ask if you're going to watch. At least you're allowed to. I'm trying to send you the link. I don't have it. I can't get it on my Twitter. I don't have my phone. Can't copy. Anyway, it's fine. Anyway, so next story, I wanted to try and do a couple other topics here because I feel like we've hit that a little bit. But what was it next up? Hit me up on DM me on Twitter. I can send you the link if you want to get in, Jody, or anybody really. I can send a couple of you in here as we wrap up. I wanted to go one more story though, which was this one. Andy Signore, it's good, bro. Nothing, Stephen Topper. How are you doing, man? Good to see you. Hope you're having a great day. Kristen Wiig will be great as Cheetah. There, Taylor, love you for support last night, and thank you. I agree. I'm with you. Jody doesn't agree. I know some people don't agree, but I'm for it. I've seen her do the drama. It worked. She's great in that little cameo in Mother. She's done some little pieces that I think she can pull this off. I just hope Ben Affleck is good, but he was given a bad writer. And yes, during this time under the cowl, I agree, Diego. Wait, what was that? The dick pics were not a real thing. From we're talking about Greece and her scoop. No, and then we had here we go. So we got some support. Thank you, Corey.
Thanks, Corey.
Yeah, thank you so much for the support. Why is Bruce Timm not making a Batman movie? I don't know. Good point. Why? There's a lot of people who could be making good Batman movies.
Why aren't they not making Batman movies? That's a real question. I know we have the Batmans coming up, but before that, man, come on. We want Batman movies.
Yeah, I want enough Batman movies. Exactly. I want a good Superman movie next. Jody, he is saying I do like her as Cheetah. Okay, good. Maybe we were just doing it in our fights that we do. But I thought you were just faking it, I guess, to win the fight. That's how that show works. All right. Well, let's move in. Thank you for those comments that are coming in. There's just too many. They're rolling too fast now. So thank you guys. Let's talk about this next story though. And if you guys want to shoot over something, I'll try and do it. I try to give some Facebook priority because they're on a different platform. And the chatters on YouTube, if you send over, I'll put you in immediately. But let's go look at this. Lewis, what do you think of this news that just dropped today? Beauty and the Beast prequel series. They're doing Gaston as a limited series, where Gaston and LeFou are going to be Josh Gad and Luke Evans are going to portray Gaston pre-Beauty and the Beast for a prequel limited series from the creators of Once Upon a Time. But they will be creating their characters for Disney Plus. And Josh Gad apparently is going to be the co-creator, writer, and showrunner. So, man, Josh Gad's smart. He started doing Olaf, and he just got in with all those guys. He's like, yeah, I'll do Honey, I Shrunk the Kids reboot. Yeah. How about we do a Gaston prequel? Yeah, he's a smart guy. He got in at the right time. He knew what was going on, and he knew like I'm in like 3 Disney franchises, roll in the money because he needs it. Because it's a smart move for him. He's likable, and that's camp. He can own the family-friendly Disney sidekick role and just jump in it. I'm sure if Gilbert Gottfried had been a wiser man, he would have done the same thing back then when he was Iago, but he didn't. But Josh Gad is thinking through, and he's building these projects up. But what do we think of a Gaston LeFou origin story?
It's fun, something to add to Disney Plus. But Disney Plus, I mean, I wish they'd unleash more of their entire Disney library. I did see the old cartoons are there.
Cartoons? What cartoon are you missing?
No, I'm happy with that. But what I'm saying is that I would like to see more of the Fox library go in there. They're looking for new content to put in periodically, but I don't really find myself using Disney Plus as much as I used to.
I wholeheartily agree on that. Disney Plus is not, it needs to step up. We're still too early in it. That's probably why. But I was going to say, this one I do think is interesting. This is an interesting one where I'm like, okay, because it says here also it's a 6-episode musical event. They're going to get Alan Menken to do some music. I think that's a cute, fun way to do it, where they can just figure out a little side story. Emma Watson and Dan Stevens are not coming back. They might pop in for guest spots, is what the rumors are. That'd be pretty fun if they got her to do something, and she may, because they're Disney. She wants to stay with them. But this is, I think this is also. Gad was also working on that Muppets movie that Muppet show that fell through. So they clearly were trying to help him do something. He's got so many things coming on in there. But look, I of all the ones they're doing, like here's the example. Like we got the Monsters Inc. show coming. There's obviously High School Musical. There's Lizzie McGuire, which just got stalled. They're doing Sandlot apparently, and a Turner and Hooch thing, as well as Mighty Ducks with Emilio Estevez coming back. So they're Home Alone is coming back as a series. They're doing a lot of rebooting of all these shows because they bought Fox and their own properties, because Disney Plus is so important for them. But look, a 6-episode musical event starring the two of them, who I thought were one of the best parts of that movie. I think this is a good use of Disney Plus. They need to have like 100 of these is the problem, and they can't be cheap. But I'm with you, until we have like 100 of these sort of together, but they still feel like events and not like,
series.
What I mean? Yeah, it doesn't feel like I need to watch Disney Plus every week to see what the new thing is. It feels like, once in a while I'm going to go rent something from Disney Plus. That's how I feel. Like Disney Plus is a red box where it's like, oh yeah, cool. There's that one thing I'm going to check on Disney Plus. Awesome. Now it's back to Netflix or all the other ones, because their library is just it's a babysitter.
It's very convenient. Instead of popping in your Blu-ray or whatever, you have the app ready and anywhere to go. But this sounds like fun. I'm not knocking it, but I'm not really, it's not a deal breaker. If I didn't have Disney Plus, I wouldn't be like, oh my God, I want to see the Beauty and the Beast prequel. Let me subscribe or anything like that. So, I mean, it's going to be fun. Definitely. I like musicals.
Yeah, no, and they don't do enough these days. Disney could do better, more musicals. So I don't think, why are these people being talking about Grace and Jody? I see you in there. Shut up. That's not true.
Grace and who?
He's not butthurt over. I see this guy. I'm not giving you the shit pointed out there, but come on, what are you doing? It's not that butthurt over. Grace is totally fakes all of her news. Grace Randolph. What are you talking about? Her proven sources have been right multiple times. What planet are you on, Captain Cosmonaut? No, they're not. Grace Randolph is accurate? No, she's not. Some things right, just like We Got This Covered gets things right. Jody doesn't break scoops like Grace Randolph tries to do.
Jody should be at 1 million subscribers.
Yeah, this is.
Could we? I'm not going to cuss here.
Around here is the thing. Also, that we're cleaning this channel up. If you're here,
I'm not going to cuss here, right, Andy? Let me get this straight.
On the
I'm not going to cuss.
Dark, we can do it.
I'm not going to cuss, but Jody should be at 100,000 minimum, 500,000 easy. Go over there and subscribe and support them. Grace Randolph, I don't have anything against her, whatever. But why does her channel have more subs than Jody's or yours? I have no idea.
And Jody's thought, since I see him in here watching, thanks for watching, Jody. But this feels very small time for Disney Plus. We need a deal breakers. He's right. That's what these are like little rentals, is what I'm trying to get at. Like I see, okay, that's cool. I think families will never be, well, yeah, but it's not it's not Mandalorian is their event programming. Now, I think Winter Soldier, Loki, those will become event programming. Obviously, those are big things, but how many there's 3 on the slate for the next year of the sort of Mandalorian and a couple of those. But like even Cassian Andor, I'm worried about that one. Are you excited for the Cassian Andor prequel?
Well, I'm actually kind of shocked that since it's considered the best of the Disney Star Wars, that people were actually slamming it when it was announced. I'm not excited because I feel like it's coming in the next 10 years. I don't feel like it's moving forward much outside of the announcement at D23, but I don't see why that wouldn't be awesome because it's set in the era between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope. So, and that's the best Star Wars to be right before A New Hope. That's fascinating, man. All the gadgets look awesome. The Empire is on top of their game. They're gaining control of the entire galaxy. Darth Vader's still around lurking. So there's a lot of potential, and Diego Luna is an awesome actor. So I think that's going to work, but is it going to happen? I don't know. I just feel like it's not going to happen for some reason, but Diego Luna's he's in Narcos. So maybe they're waiting for that to end.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of fun stuff to watch there, but it's not, but I agree that we need some bigger, sorry, I was watching these comments. We need some bigger things on Disney Plus.
More of it. We need more of it.
Is not the bigger thing as we're saying. It's and the fact you're right, they haven't sold us much. I know it's still early, but still, like, I don't know. I mean, they need there's just, I don't know. There's I feel like I already got it. Mandalorian's sort of like, all right, cool. We got the character. Like, what are they going to do? Yeah. It's another guy doing spy missions instead of like the bounty hunter going on missions. Like, how many side characters can we put on missions? It's going to start becoming too much and it's going to lose the appeal. Mandalorian has a nice special thing right now. Like, don't F with it. And if we're going to do a Star Wars series, like, mix it up, do an ensemble, like we have the man going around doing an adventure and a spot. Like, I think Cassian Andor is a weird choice. Obi-Wan, I get it. That's like a legacy character. It's Ewan McGregor. Like, yes, that one I was getting excited for.
Okay, but Obi-Wan, let's be fair, his punishment, and I'm getting Star Wars nerdy here. His punishment for feeling like he let down the Jedi. He feels responsible for the fall of the Jedi because he was responsible for mentoring Anakin. Anakin fell, slaughtered the Jedi, became Darth Vader. So his punishment to himself was to become a hermit, a boring hermit who overlooks Luke Skywalker to make sure everything goes right. His story arc after Revenge of the Sith and before A New Hope is boring. He's a crazy old hermit that lives beyond the dune scene.
Well, so you think? Yeah. Let's see.
But now he went on an adventure. It's kind of weird, bro. It's kind of, you know what I mean?
We have breaking news. Reportedly, Andy will be in Beauty and the Beast prequel playing the Beast after he shaved. Oh, Master Penguin. Thank you for the support and for the scoop. It's true. I wasn't supposed to say anything, but Master Penguin, I guess, just made it true. I'm going to be the Beast in the prequel series. This is our reoccurring gag where we just announce scoops, just like Grace Randolph does.
Oh my God.
Hey, Lewis, you want me to throw some hate at somebody? You want me to call somebody out?
I don't. Yeah, I'm Sweden.
Look, I hate this. Hey, Jesse, didn't this Andy guy cheat on his wife? LOL. What's funny about that, Jesse? Like, what's the deal with that? This is the kind of hate I hate, because yeah, I did. I've beat myself up over for years. I've come full clean, taking accountability. I'm trying to rebuild. What are you doing here, man? That's funny to you? You think it's funny to her? You're a scumbag. You are a scumbag, Jesse. And I'm blocking you. Good riddance. Be better, man. Look at Hey. Funny about that. Come at me privately if you got a question, but how dare you? Like, what a loser scumbag. And when I see these all the time, I'm just done. You're out. Adios. Anyway, I saw some other good stuff in here. Like that I always love when I get John's comments. Star Wars blows now. No, Mandalorian is fun. Let us have fun with it. John always is the bummer on so many things. Jody, POS miserable is yes, he was. Thank you. Bye. That's the key that I've learned from Jody. No more dealing with these scumbags who don't.
This is your house. This is your house. People don't go to your house and disrespect the house.
If you want to have a legit conversation about LOL, why is it? What is? Yes, cyber hate is I'm done with it. And that's what's so funny. They think they're being better, right? They think they're the ones.
Keyboard warriors.
Yeah, the keyboard warrior. I'm teaching him. No, what you just did was douchey. It was a scumbag what you did. You don't know my personal life. How dare you? Get the hell out of here. Anyway, how did I sleep last night? I slept real well. It was good. It was a good stream. But I want to get to the stream, this last comment as we get to it. This last thing. Now, remember, Lewis, we can't say the word, okay? Bud Light.
I have not said it. You've said it. You've said it.
I had the it's the COR beer, that's what we're talking about. For those who don't know our keywords here, just don't say it in the comments. Everything say Bud Light, because look, let's give the other beer a break, because Bud Light, they're both not that great, but Bud Light's the worst of them if we're gonna do it. So let's at least give Bud Light some bad press. But anyway, here's the story. Because of No Time to Die delaying because of Bud Light. And they're now reporting that MGM will take a 30 million plus hit due to moving it. What this is that seems like a lot, but then when you scroll down and actually learn like the finances of it all, there's potentially about 300 million on the table globally that they would be losing if the theaters. Yeah, here it is. That could have resulted in a minimum of 30% shaved off the final tally, which is a possible 300 million out of likely 1 billion global haul. So they're saying this is the right thing to do given the public safety. It's not about safety. This is about money. That annoys the hell out of me. Does it annoy you, Lewis? This isn't about safety. It's about the bottom line. They want money. They don't care about the safety.
Well,
if the theaters were open.
Well, like you said yesterday, and like you said yesterday, like if one person gets sick, the entire place could get sued, and that's what they're avoiding. All it takes is one person. Look, it's even if, like, let's say the company, this time Sony, sends an employee to go and promote the film, right, in Vegas, right, or wherever, and they get sick. And it's not even in the convention. It's because that employee went off somewhere, somewhere else, to gamble, whatever, and get sick. They're going to blame the company, or there's a potential the company may get blamed. And if, God forbid, something really bad happens, they're going to get sued. And then the public perception is going to be like, hey, the studio didn't care about the well-being of their employees. And that's like something big. It's going to be a big corporation versus an employee. You can't win there,
Totally. Yeah. But I mean, you agree though, financially, I guess it does make sense when you really put the numbers in, because 30 million delay versus potentially a 300 million lost global box office. Now it sort of makes sense. And you'd think others would be sort of making that call, because the other rumor, as Riley told us over the Fandom Wire, sort of things he's been hearing, is that there's a virus sort of thread in it or something that might actually be the cause of why they were doing this.
Oh boy.
But who knows if that's really true or not, but that would make more sense. But they're clearly not admitting to that. It's also weird because they've put some marketing in, and Daniel Craig is hosting Saturday Night Live this weekend promoting the movie, and he's already in rehearsals and couldn't stop it. So I'm sure they'll be making fun of the release in some way. But it just shows this was a last minute decision, because they would have probably shut some other things off. But real quick, Lewis, I want your thoughts, but let me get through. Josh, just sending some love, man. Thank you for all your work. Thank you, Josh, for all the support.
Thanks, Josh.
That. It means a lot. We got one more chatter in here. I just want to show the love. Always show your creators love. Reach out to your Witcher and to your YouTubers. Love your channel, brother. How can I best support Hugging the Cactus? Maybe I missed it, but when will more content be on that special job? Oh, good. Thank you thank you. This Sunday, I'm dropping the first episode. It's going to be weekly. I'm going to try and do 2 episodes a week, probably a long form interview, just a straight podcast, sort of straight thing. And then the more produced, like sort of a longer form show. You should get usually 1 or 2 per week over on that channel. But stay tuned for this Sunday. And the best way to support, look, PayPal and Venmo are the best way to support any creator, because it's pure cash. Just don't click into friends or family. But you can go to Uncanceled. You can support there. You can become, just make sure you subscribe and just watch that interview with my mom on loop, because I got to get 4,000 watch hours, and it's going to take a little while. And I don't want to just spam it with a bunch of live streams, because I worry that'll actually hurt the algorithm. I want to just earn it real. So we'll see. But thank you for that. Hugging the Cactus. You guys can go YouTube/Hugging the Cactus to learn more about this other series I'm doing about all the experiences I've been through and interviewing other people who deserve to be heard. Divine justice, my dude. So anyway, back to you, Lewis. As I said, from a numbers perspective, it makes sense, no?
Yeah, definitely. Doesn't this give them like a little bit of promotion as well? Like the cancellation, we're talking about 007. They weren't really doing much of that prior to this. So in a way it could like backfire, like not on them, but I'm saying backfire in a positive way, where now the headline is postponed maybe sparking more interest in the film? Do you think that's a possibility?
Well, it's weird. Part of me thinks they've already sparked a lot of interest. People are gonna be like, well, didn't that movie come out already by the time November rolls around? Is a little bit of the worry I would have, right? Because
I didn't know about the date though, because I feel like promotion for it was extremely light prior to the Bud Light.
They said, hold on, I'm not going to cut to the screen, but they said they did. This article did mention how much they'd done. 4 point. They did run a 4. So it was the 20. They had yet to roll out the marketing outlay, which is already significant, with just 4 weeks to go before the release, including a $4.5 million Super Bowl spot. Still is more costly, an 8-figure loss. So yeah, I mean, the bulk of the marketing and stuff was about to happen. The bulk of the marketing campaign had yet to roll out.
Okay.
Marketing outlay already was significant with just so yeah, that was what I was looking for. But so they clearly knew, okay, this is it's now or never is sort of what they were about to do, because every month we wait is the more money we lose. So that was obviously the decision.
How much free press are they getting by canceling though? Like attention
for what? The movie's in November. You don't want press now. You want press then. You know.
Do they get to burn out? Yeah, that's.
I think people knew the movie was happening. Yeah, when is a good point. When was the movie going to be in theaters? So people knew to go to the theater to see it. Sure, but you do that 4 weeks in. So you want to save that budget for 4 weeks in November. But yeah, I think people know about it. People know that the movie's happening. But like I said, I know there's a little bit of like, could it be stale? And is it smart to have the finished movie in a post bay? Like, what if it gets leaked? Piracy.
Well, I think you know what really hurts films, in my opinion, is kind of like what happened to Godzilla, is having so many trailers, so much foot. If they would have had like I like them, but then I don't like the idea of having 5 minutes of the IMAX. Have you been to the IMAX and how they show a movie that's coming out in the future? They show like 10 minutes of it. It's like, dude, I want to watch this in the theater it's like
Tenet that showed the epilogue. We're like, yeah, cool, but now I just saw the opening of the movie.
Well, same thing happened with Godzilla. We saw a huge fight with and it's Warner Brothers usually, now that I think about it. We saw the fight between him and Godzilla and Ghidorah. And then we saw that with The Dark Knight as well. We saw the entire beginning of the film with the Joker, with the bank robbery thing. And when I sat there in the theater when I first saw it, I'm like, dude, when is the movie starting? I've seen this already, you know? So
yeah.
Super chat.
Sometimes they show it. Oh yeah, Matt. Thank you, Master Ping. I just read it. I'll fix that. I appreciate it. He said the Hugging the Cactus link is wrong in my description. I'm going to go. YouTube auto correction sometimes changes that. But thank you for that heads up, and thank you for the support. Again, you are very generous. Yeah. Look. Here's something. Let's hear what Jody had to say. He's driving. He couldn't call in, but he's driving and texting. 007 moving makes low budget films coming out in the next 4 months. Huge wins. This low budget film's been has nothing to lose. True, but and moving for 007 is also tough because it's going to be more competition in November. It didn't have as much competition this month, right? So it's like they had a few weeks to really own it. Whereas if now in November they're up against Godzilla, the new Disney movie, there's a lot of stuff that's coming in there that I think will be tough for them. So yeah, look, is this a good shot as we wrap up here? Because I got to run, pick up my kid. Lewis, overall, do you think their MGM's making the right decision?
The loser here is going to be Godzilla, because Godzilla is the one that's going to be, in my opinion, it's going to be a better movie. I'm more excited for Godzilla, but it's going to compete with 007. 007 is a bigger moneymaker. It's a bigger IP right now as far as like cinematically. And I think people are interested in James Bond. It has the fan base as far as films are concerned more than Godzilla. Godzilla, the last film, again, I love the film, but it underperformed. Kong versus or Godzilla versus Kong needs to make money, because I want to see more of these films, because it was just monster action, man. Unapologetic monster action.
Yeah, look, we shall see. I don't think I disagree. I think Kong will win. Yeah, it's interesting. Kong or Bond. Look, Kong versus Godzilla is the one I want to see.
And
but
also,
pretty good, but that's the one I want to see. But
go ahead. Sorry.
Well, I was just gonna say, I'm not, just to echo what you said, I'm not as excited about Bond because it's like it's the cultivation of the last 5 Daniel Craig movies. I'm like, just give me a cool story. I don't remember who the girl from the last one is. The last one sucked. Spectre was terrible. We're like I have to like go remember what happened in the last bad Bond movie. That was a mistake. And there's a bunch of through line because what's his name? Christoph Waltz is back. The girl's back. I don't remember. Does anyone really remember what happened in Spectra? Spectra? I don't even know how to say it. It's such a dumb movie. And so Skyfall and Casino Royale were the good ones. Quantum of Solace and Spectre were stupid. So the fact that it's going to like connect all of them, it's stupid. They should have just figured out a cool story, had a couple maybe cameos, please the diehard fans, and focused on a really awesome, challenging story for Bond. And I worry it's not going to be that. Wrapping up as John, who's a huge real Godzilla fan. Godzilla vs. Kong will be the last MonsterVerse film. Are you, John, as he's like original Godzilla fan? Are you actually excited for King Kong for Godzilla? I would love to hear your thought. Is that one thing are you potentially going to be hopeful for? Because you usually hate everything. But John, tell me before I leave, I'll get your final thought, because he's the biggest Godzilla fan I know. Like OG Godzilla.
Well, it is possible that, like one of your commenters said, that the Godzilla versus King Kong is going to make more money, like be a bigger box office, but it's still going to take money away from James Bond's still going to take money away from it. Now we still got some good movies coming up in the MonsterVerse. We got Destroy All Monsters. I want that remake. The name alone is going to sell it. Destroy All Monsters. That's awesome, man. I want to see that.
Well, here's Godzilla fans. Maybe. He's giving it a maybe because he's a big fan. I am guessing that's you're hoping, but you're worried because he didn't like the last one. Neither did I. Yeah, Godzilla King of Monsters was terrible. I agree. There's a lot of people saying that too.
Oh, I love that movie.
They should. I didn't like it. I like the first one, parts of it. It won't be that. It'll be 5 minutes called something else. It's true. They should not. Exactly. Are they really going to fight a lot, or it's just like one out of focus, dark scene that they keep cutting to if the Godzilla franchise proves me right, it'll be finally Godzilla versus Kong, and then let's cut to the parental drama. Oh, how's it going, Mom?
That's what the first movie did, and the second one didn't. The second one had a lot of monster.
Yeah, because they learned, but no, they still kept cutting to 11 and her parents. Dude, I don't care about them. I want the monsters.
What's funny is that people, when you look at the pro critics, they were saying that there wasn't enough human element.
Yeah, no, you can't please everybody, right? It is what it is. There were some cool sequences, and it wasn't the worst movie I've ever seen, but I liked parts of Kong Skull Island, and I liked parts of Godzilla better. If I were to put all the parts together, yeah, King of Monsters had the least fun parts for me, but I don't care about any of them that much. It's not a franchise I'm excited about. Neither of them. Bond, Godzilla, both of them. I'd rather go watch. I'm going to go watch Eternals. I'm more curious for that film, just out of like, what the hell's it gonna be?
New Mutants, man. New Mutants all the way. I can't wait to see that.
Did you see that? What is this? Can you talk about? Can you give us just the movie you saw last night? Are you allowed to at least give us a?
Yeah, so I saw Bloodshot. I don't think I can review it, but yeah, it's fun. I can say it's fun. Yeah, it's fun. Tonight, A Quiet Place. Actually, in a few hours, A Quiet Place. Less than 2 hours.
Oh wow! But Bloodshot, fun. Okay, that's encouraging.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not reviewing because I'm asking a question. Vin Diesel fun, like maybe it could lead to more stuff.
Yeah, definitely could lead to more stuff, but it all depends on finances. But
right. I like it's a world you were like, I would go back to that world.
Yeah, why not? You know, okay, cool. Okay. So if you like the old school Van Damme and Dolph Lundgren stuff, like Universal Soldier, like that, like kind of like a fun B movie type thing, I think this is for you. Yeah, like testosterone.
Sign me up. I like those
type of thing. Like
action movie. Sign me up.
Yeah, that's what I got.
All the reviews. Everyone got to watch Quiet. If you haven't seen the first one, go see it. It's fantastic. And the initial reviews are implying it's awesome. It's just as good. John Krasinski, man, good for him, coming out of nowhere and then turned that around fast, and then apparently delivered it. And apparently I heard that people are going to want a part 3. So the dude just made a franchise, a cheap little franchise out of nowhere. Now the dude's like in demand as a director, actor. Bravo to him. Jim from The Office finally catching a break. So I love that. And I hope he's Mr. Fantastic. Emily Blunt as in Fantastic Four. I'm sorry. I've those Photoshop jobs. I can't unsee it, and I know he's into it. So it's like, come on, just deliver it already. That's fantastic. Those two are fantastic. They would be fantastic in a Fantastic Four movie. So I hope that's the case. All right, Lewis, let's wrap this up because I got to go. Thank you as always. They can find you over at Nerd Report on YouTube. Yes,
Nerd Report. I'm going to be giving away some free passes for Los Angeles for Bloodshot. We have a fan screening on Tuesday, LA Live. If you win, you need to get your ass over there. We cannot fly you or anything like that. So don't think there's any transportation involved, but you get to see the movie first. Bloodshot, LA Live on Tuesday at 6. I'm gonna put up the contest on Nerd Report here on YouTube. And I don't know where Andy went. Did he go somewhere? Did he press a button?
Solo.
Huh?
Figured out how to do solo.
Oh yeah, Han Solo.
How to Han Solo Lewis.
I've been getting a lot of love also on Twitter. A lot of new people following me on Nerdlecca. That's awesome. I'm
good.
Man, Twitter usually for me is like yelling a side of a canyon. No one ever.
No, the mute button and the block button are amazing tools. So I've learned, so many people out there just afraid to make a safe space because it seems like, but no, what is it? Why do I want to deal with people who are just hating on me? Go hate in your own space. Like, leave me alone. If you got something critical, great, I'll listen. But if you're just coming at us and you're just a jerk, which a lot of Twitter is, push them out, man. You can keep that little area around yourself here, YouTube, Facebook. You can do it. I implore it. It's such better mental health. Don't let the haters bring you down. So go follow Lewis over at Nerd Report or Nerdlecca. But he'll be here again. Love doing this. Everyone's loving our chemistry on this. So great. Come back anytime. I hope Riley will come back at some point. And we'll try and get some other special guests as the show continues. So thank you guys for staying tuned. Always giving us your afternoon, 2 p.m. around-ish, sometimes a little later, earlier on the weekdays here in Eastern Standard Time, 11 a.m. over in Pacific Standard Time. Hopefully we'll get some of you guys joining. And don't forget to join us next week, Thursday night. Lock your calendars for Nerd Wars Demonetized. Go watch last night's. If you got some time, you're bored at work, go play it because, man, it is fun. I'll try and put on the YouTube version, I'll put the annotation here. It was fun. So next week's gonna be even fun. And then Tuesdays is Change My Mind with Jody, and Wednesdays over his channel Yin Yang. So got lots of content you can watch, Nerd Report, etc. That's all I got for you, everybody. I'm gonna go to my close-up. So as the videos pop in here, woo, after the fact, they'll be here. Support all this stuff. Thank you very much. Have a good one, everybody. Enjoy your weekends. If I don't see you before then, bye-bye.
Peace.